Welcome to the Crystal Self-Healer Podcast. I'm Carissa Weaver. On this podcast, we blend the magic of crystals with the science of psychology to help you break free from chaos, ditch the overwhelm, and master your emotions so you can have more energy, get more done, and feel better every day. Get ready to unlock your intuition and restore your true power as we cover how you can transform your life using crystals and self-awareness. Are you ready to get started? All right, let's go. You know how it feels to want something different in your life. I mean, January 1st is literally dedicated to this and all the noise around resolutions and New Year, New You messaging. But so many find themselves stuck, unable to move forward, unable to create the dreams they hold for themselves. Maybe you have a vision too. Maybe it's a life filled with more peace, purpose, or confidence. But no matter how much you desire it, you find taking the steps to get there feels impossible. You could be experiencing frustration or guilt because deep down you know you're capable of so much more, yet something is holding you back. If you find yourself in this place of having a dream but not being able to make it your reality, this episode is for you because we are going to pull back the curtain on why you're not taking action. Perhaps you've been here many times, setting goals, making promises to yourself, only to watch as time passes you by. Days turn into weeks and months, and you're still living the same experience you were before. Maybe you tell yourself that today just isn't the right day, so you'll start tomorrow. But we all know that tomorrow never comes. This cycle of getting ready to be ready, this inaction, can be exhausting and disheartening. You know you're meant for more, you want this change, but you're lost for why you're not making the strides you know you're capable of. One of the biggest challenges you're facing is fear. Fear of failure, or the flip side, fear of success. Tell me if these thoughts sound familiar. What if you put in all this effort and things don't work out? What if you succeed, but then the pressure to maintain that success becomes overwhelming? These thoughts that show up as fears can paralyze you, making it safer to stay where you are rather than risk stepping into the unknown. Then there are the usual thoughts, the I'm not good enough, the I don't deserve this, the this will never work for me thoughts. These limiting beliefs create a barrier between where you are and where you want to be, making every step forward feel like an uphill battle. With these thoughts appearing as facts shaping your reality, it's no wonder you find it hard to take action. These thoughts feel like facts because they repeat so often in your mind. They create your comfort zone even if the thoughts are painful. This familiar place can be deceiving because even if your current situation isn't serving you, it's what you know, so there's some comfort there. Change, no matter how positive, requires stepping out of your comfort zone into something uncertain. The unknown and uncertainty are intimidating, making it easier to stay where it's safe and familiar. It's quite amazing how your brain will transform what you know as familiar into what you call safe and comfortable because of the overwhelming gap between where you are and where you want to be. It's daunting when you think about what you want to achieve when there are so many steps you need to take and the path is unclear. This is when the I don't know where to start narrative creates a lack of clarity that keeps you spinning in circles, making it harder to take the first step. Staying in this place of not taking action will only deepen the sense of frustration you feel and keep you from living the life you truly desire. Fear can be paralyzing. It convinces you that staying where you are is safer, but the truth is, not taking action is what's really holding you back. Limiting beliefs are powerful because they've been with you for so long. You start to think they're true. But they're not. They're just stories you've been telling yourself, and they're not serving you anymore. Clarity doesn't come from thinking about what you want over and over again. It comes from taking aligned action, even when you're not entirely sure where it will lead you. Here's the thing. Fear, limiting beliefs, and lack of clarity aren't here to stop you. They're here to teach you something. The fear you feel is an invitation to grow. The limiting beliefs are showing you where you need to heal. The lack of clarity is pushing you to trust yourself more deeply. So let's talk about what you can start to shift, what you can do, so that you can start taking action toward the healing you crave, the life you desire, the goal you've set for yourself. First, shift from fear to courage. Courage isn't the absence of fear. It's taking aligned action despite the fear. By taking action, you start to build confidence. You realize that you're stronger than you think and that the risks you take are worth it. Fear will not control your life the way it used to, and you'll start living on your terms. When I think back to my earlier days as a crystal healing practitioner, I would worry about what might happen during a session. I would let my fear of what it was I hadn't learned or experienced to cloud my thinking and cut me off from my courage to follow my intuition. The fear of selecting the wrong crystal for the issue my client had would stand between me and actually being able to help and serve my clients. And that was no good for either of us. I stayed in those limiting beliefs that kept me searching for ways that I could change my circumstances, change my surroundings in order to find the solution, instead of really examining the limiting beliefs that were standing in my way. Which leads me into the second step you'll need to take, and that is shifting limiting beliefs into empowering ones. When you make these shifts, it will change how you see yourself and what you believe is possible. For me, I needed to shift my "I'm not experienced enough" into "I trust I am experienced enough." And through making one shift after another, eventually it turned into "I know enough." The third step you can take is to shift from ambiguity to clarity. Let me be clear. Having clarity is not having everything figured out. It means you have the clarity of your goal and that you're going to show up for yourself until you reach it. It's acknowledging that you need to take that first step of aligned action, even if it's a small one. Clarity will come as you move forward and learn from the things that didn't work and do more of the things that did work. The more aligned action you take, the clearer your path will become. For me, with every crystal healing session I did, the easier it became for me to know what I wanted to include or not include, or do the same or differently going forward. The more I did, the more I embodied the practice and felt confident in my sessions and the benefits it provided for my clients. So when you implement these 3 steps, you're going to experience hurdles and roadblocks. You will experience moments of self-doubt. You will wonder if you're really cut out for it, but you'll also be onto your brain and realize that these are just thoughts, not facts. When the exhaustion of practicing new habits kicks in, you'll be tempted to revert back to your old comfort zone. You'll think back with rose-colored glasses, trying to convince yourself that it was easier there than where you are now, overlooking, almost forgetting the effort, the pain, and discomfort of those old moments. While you may be feeling it differently, discomfort is part of everything you do, and you'll remember that you're here because you want something different for yourself. And when the path seems too overwhelming or too convoluted, it's an opportunity for you to evaluate how and where you can simplify. Return your focus on the one thing you can do in that moment to move you toward your dream. In the show notes, you will find a link where you can download the Charmed Morning Ritual Worksheet. This worksheet is one tool you can use that will support you in implementing these 3 steps. It's free to download, and you can start making these shifts right away. So when you're wanting to start on something new and not taking action because you keep coming up against your fears, limiting beliefs, and the lack of clarity, the crystal I would offer to you as your best support would be Citrine. Citrine can help you dispel fear and self-doubt and empower you to take bold steps forward toward your goals. By aiding you in releasing negative thoughts and beliefs, Citrine can help you shift your mindset from I can't to I can and I will. Citrine is also wonderful for mental clarity and decision making, so you'll be able to see your path more clearly and make the bold decisions needed that allow you to take the action you've been avoiding. When you're onto your brain and all the ways it convinces you to not take action, and counter that by committing to take aligned action, you start to see your life change in ways that you can't even imagine right now. You'll feel more confident, more resilient. You'll see opportunities where there were only problems before. You'll be showing up as your true empowered self, and you'll see your relationships blossom and change. You'll feel a deeper sense of satisfaction knowing that you're living in alignment with your true desires. And this will fill you with pride and joy as you look back and see just how far you've come, even though on any particular day you may not have felt like you were taking great strides. And one of the best things is you will have a sense of trust in yourself that is unshakable because you've realized that you have everything you need within you to create the life you've wanted all along. If you're ready to claim this life for yourself, today is the day to start taking action. What is that one thing you can do today that you've been avoiding? Then go do it. You've got this. And if this seems like too much, I'm here to support you every step of the way. Inside the Crystal Self Healer Members Portal, you have access to tools and strategies to finally overcome the fear, break through the limiting beliefs, and get the clarity you need to move forward. We craft a personalized plan that supports you as you unravel those limiting beliefs, confront the fears that keep you playing small, and map out the clear, actionable steps that will get you where you want to be. I invite you to join me inside the Crystal Self Healer Members Portal, so reach out and let's take what you learn here and apply it to your life so you can make these shifts and step into your true potential. Today's episode has been brought to you by Citrine and Taking Action. May we all rise above our fears, rewrite our limiting beliefs, and create the change we seek. Blessed be, my friends. All right, my friends, that wraps up this week's episode. Thank you for joining me here today on the Crystal Self-Healer podcast. If you haven't already, hit subscribe, leave a review, and take the What Crystal is Best for You quiz linked in the show notes. Join me again next week as we continue to demystify crystals, how your brain works, and how you can use them so you can have more energy, get more done, and feel better every day.